So you married Katie in 2021, and I was going through and doing a bit of research today, and I saw this lovely interview where she talks about falling in love with you at first sight after watching you doing the splits on an ECW DVD. So
Yeah.
how did you and Katie first meet, and yeah, how's married life been for you these last 3 years?
Married life is so awesome with Katie. And I was married before, and without going through the path that myself firsthand like this, I see where you could just think, that they're so comparable. Like for instance, we just saw in the news Ric Flair went through his fifth divorce now. He's going through it. His wife, so his next wife will be six. And in my mind, it just kind of seems like they're all just different chapters in a book. But but my relationship with Katie is nothing at all like my relationship with my evil ex, as I refer to her as. And that's because like at the time, like that was the best relationship I'd ever had. But now having the bigger picture, and that's what happens the longer you're alive, you always get to see a bigger picture and you get to see everything from a different perspective because you're literally looking at it from a different place. And it's so important. And anyway, there was never, ever a time with the evil ex where I felt trusted. She was like so insecure. We always fought from the very first date, about such silly, unnecessary stuff like a girl in a miniskirt walking by or something. Boom, guaranteed fight. And and so anyway, like it's almost like that one almost didn't even deserve to be called. She definitely, I don't think would be. I wouldn't refer to her as a soulmate. Even though at the time, I must have thought, like I said, that was the best that I did. But man, like it's amazing because I was with that one for so many years, like 15, 16 years or something, and then now I hope I never see her again. And it's like. And Katie, like always, like instantly, like we've just like got along so much, and I know that some people say they love our energy and it inspires
Yeah,
them.
I do. I mean, you
That's
can
that's
you can
great.
just tell from everything I've seen of you two online. You can just tell you're having a blast together and you're deeply in love, and it's great to see.
I never would have thought that I would have wanted to even date somebody probably in the entertainment business at all, just
Mm.
knowing what goes on the road and all that. But it has been so helpful. Like right away, it was so obvious that like we have a lot of the same values in life and the same agendas with our job, and she gets it.
Mm.
I don't have to explain things about why I do certain things and stuff, and so I'm really really blessed. We met in WrestleMania weekend in Dallas several years ago at WrestleCon. And we were both at WrestleCon at different tables signing autographs. And Luke Hawx, who is the promoter from uh, Wildcats Wrestling in New Orleans, and he's also an actor, like in everything. Like he's awesome. He gets all the best parts. Deadpool, Wolverine, But anyway, he introduced us, and Katie was wrestling for him in his promotion, and she asked him to introduce us. And then she said that she told him, "Hook me up," and he said, "You don't need help." He was right. Yeah. So it was at a time when I did not think that I wanted to meet anybody. It was like I was really going through it, honestly. Like when, one of the symptoms of concussions and repeatedly and long-term damage can be depression, and people get depressed when they don't have concussions. But when I met her, I was like at the end of a really low, like dragging my face on the ground time period, because I just got hit. I mean, there was the concussion. In that same year my dad died, and within just a few months my dog died, and we got separated. There was all this stuff going on. So when I met Katie, I didn't have too high of an opinion of myself. I was like feeling pretty down. And she says that she couldn't tell if I was interested or not, because I was really thinking, girl, you need to run.
Yeah.
You need to get away from me. I'm bad news right now, going through all this stuff. And then at the end of the day, and I said, I got to go do this thing. You can go with me, or I can drop you off. It's up to you. And she actually said that she was thinking of having me drop her off. But then my phone lit up, and as my screensaver, I had a picture of Katie Forbes that she had sent me. And that sealed the deal. She was like, he does like me.
Nice.
Yeah, right there on our first date. But yeah, just incredible. And, like I said, I was not looking for that. So a lot of people like to protect themselves from pain, which is totally understandable. But RVDology says get back up on the horse again. A lot of
Yeah.
people are heartbroken. You don't want to ever allow yourself to love again. Your dog died. You're never going to get a dog again. But the truth is, you're depriving yourself of some experiences in life, even if it is up and down, and the downs suck,
Mhm.
but the ups, I believe, are worth it. So I think, that even you are going to get hurt again, but you know what? You got to open up, or you might be missing out on a excellent opportunity, like I would have been if I would have just said, nah. But yeah, so many things are perfect. She respects me for what I've done, and where I'm at, and my perspective on life and everything. And I never had that before, ever. So a lot of husbands could maybe hear me, and I think you should have that. I think it's a lot better to have the best matchup possible than have the best compromise possible, because you're so different.
Yeah. That's interesting what you say as well, because I've always found that like bad stuff does tend to happen in threes. So I had a year like that last year actually, when like my dad died, a close friend died, and our pet died, all within like 3 weeks of each of it all happened at
Wow.
once. And I
Yeah,
found that with a lot of people, like you find that it almost like follows you, and it's almost becomes this overwhelming kind of pit of
that's it.
sadness you can
That
fall into.
100%
Yeah.
overwhelming. Yeah. And condolences, by the way.
Likewise,
Everybody can,
I don't think losing a parent ever, mine's obviously a bit more recent than yours, but that pain never goes away, especially losing your dad. I mean,
one
it's a
thing,
certain kind of bond, isn't it? But it's
it certainly is. But one thing that I found really helpful for myself, and that I like to share with people, is that, it's the natural order of things. And thank God you didn't make him bury you.
yeah,
Because a
yeah,
lot of my friends a lot of my peers have made their parents, and I say made them, but you know what I mean. A lot of
yeah.
my peers have died young, and parents are not supposed to bury their kids. So at least I felt like it's my responsibility to take that pain, not the other way around.